What up, YouTube? Shout out 78sportsTV. This is a response video to his video on ducking. Um, First and foremost, I want to say that I'm glad he brought this up because a lot of times people are not on the same page when they debate in the YTBC. And if we're not on the same page about what certain words mean, we might as well be debating in another language. Let's see. In my opinion, there's only two clear-cut ways I can consider someone ducking. First of all, the general definition is if a fight that should be made and can be made and is of importance, that's important that I said that, is of importance, meaning I'm not going to consider anything a duck for any reason if it's a ranked, a number 30 WBC guy calling out a number 1 WBC guy. That fight is not of importance yet. I mean, the lower ranked guy is just reaching. The higher ranked guy does not have to fight him. Just calling someone out is not enough to warrant that. It has to be, like I said, a fight that should be made, can be made, and is of importance. That's first and foremost. Secondly, I think the best thing we can do if we are going to talk about ducking, which I think it's stupid, but if we are going to talk about ducking, we need to not jump the gun on it. Because a lot of times, in 7-8, you're guilty of this as well. People will jump the gun and call, say someone's ducking, and then they'll end up fighting anyway. Like, I can tie this into what you said about, if someone calls you out, you have to respond in a equal to or greater than fashion. A, some people don't have that persona, and B, that doesn't necessarily mean if someone else stays quiet, that doesn't mean that they won't fight them if the opportunity is right in front of their face. Laura was on the podium, called out Canelo in front of everybody, and I remember all you guys saying that he was ducking, and I think I commented on everyone's video. I said, no, wait on it, it's too soon. It doesn't mean that he's not, it doesn't mean that he's ducking. And sure enough, his next fight was Laura. So, that is something that I just can't agree with. Same thing happened with Floyd and Canelo. Same thing happened with Donaire and Rigo. Everyone said they were ducking, but they end up fighting. So, yeah, like I said, I think we should just give it a little bit more time. But anyways, the only two clear-cut ways that I see someone ducking is if they say they don't want to fight someone because of their style. To me, that's a bullshit excuse no matter how you look at it. If, and remember it has to fit the criteria, if it's a fight that can be made, should be made, and is of importance. The second way a fighter can be considered a duck is if he contradicts himself. And those are the only two ways in my opinion, because anything else can be twisted around and argued against. All you have to do is play devil's advocate and look at it from both sides. But let me give you an example of a contradiction. If someone says they don't want to fight this person because no one knows who they are or they don't bring enough money, that could be true, okay, if you have a better option. But if you're going to say something like that, and then your next fight is a guy who no one knows and brings in even less money, clear-cut contradiction, that's a duck. Another example, let's say someone's calling you out from a higher weight class. If you know, if you're content at staying in your division, because I believe that if you're comfortable in the division, you have the right to stay there and clean out that division. However, if you say that you're going to clean out the division, but then you're willing to move up and fight someone else, then that can be considered a duck. A lot of this shit can be looked at two different ways. So, right now, that's all I can really say and think about, is that if you make an excuse about style, that's a duck, and if you contradict yourself, then that's a duck as well. Another problem I have with the word duck and the way people use it in the YTBC is they're always implying that a fighter is scared, or a fighter is a pussy, or they know they're going to lose if, when they say the word duck. But I think 99.9% of the time that's not the case. This isn't swimming, this isn't tennis, this isn't football, it's boxing. You gotta have balls to be a boxer in the first place. If you don't have that self-confidence, and if you're scared of another man, then you wouldn't have made it as far as to the point where we're watching you on TV. Point blank period. And yeah, for right now, that's all I can think of. That's my 2 cents. Peace.